Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Todd and I want to walk you through position management and capital allocation for our STP SAR scalper bot. Now without further ado, let's get into it. Hey everybody and welcome back to the channel. As stated earlier, I want to do a video on setup and capital allocation for your SAR marketplace and your STP SAR subscription bots. But before I do that, I just want to go over into let's go over into the alert service for a second. I want to wish a happy anniversary to Mr. Node, my main man and partner. This is what his wife sent him yesterday after they celebrated their 4th anniversary together. Now, he didn't trade yesterday, but shout out to the man. He was still on our STP team call last night, and he also provided us with a quality ETH entry as of yesterday. So just shout out to Node there, aka Evan. Please wish him a happy anniversary when you get the chance. His ETH call yesterday absolutely cranked it. 1900 entry. We're sitting at 2078. At this moment, ETH is sitting, about the same, 2069. So congratulations to Mr. Node and his beautiful wife on their 4-year anniversary. Thank you for being a wonderful business partner, and thank you for helping grow STP within us. And also thank you for all the quality trades and all the hard work that you do. Now, back to the video that I want to do. I want to continue providing value on the bot side and capital allocation. So with our SAR bot, if I come back to, I haven't posted it in learning resource. Well, I did post it in learning resources as well as our SAR scalper room. This is to build on our position management sizing for your account. We had given some generic math earlier on defining your trading account size, defining your maximum account exposure, max risk, define the maximum pairs you will trade on the account. And then if you work through that formula, you could basically come up with where you want to be to set through your risk level, right? However, this is more of an advanced thing, because you got to think new traders, experienced traders. There's obviously the difference there. So 10K account, 30K max exposure, 3x, 10 pairs maximum to trade. 30,000 divided by 10 is 3,000 maximum trade size per pair after all SOs have been filled. Keep in mind, this is with leverage not specified. We will actually go through an example here shortly. This is kind of what I have done. Trading 10 pairs that use under $3,000 per pair on a 10K account will risk no more than 30K, 3x of the account if all SOs have been filled. Now let's cut over and back to that account. If I go to futures here, this is the account. This is the marketplace bots. I have since added some bots on just our custom SAR indicator and pushing webhook over. Done about $4,500 in the last 30 days on that 10K account. So if you do the math on that, you're looking at $4,500 divided by $10,000 times 100. So that's a 45% return in the past 30 days. That's running under 3x if all SOs have been hit and bagged. If I divide that by 30, that's an impressive 1.5% per day with literally no risk. I haven't even bothered to check this account. Don't even care, just let it fly, let it run. Now we come over to that account, and due to the bots returning $4,500 and a few well-timed trades that I have taken, we are sitting at a 17,375. Now, if I minus the 4,500, I guess so. Yeah, I've taken a couple small trades on this for the total of $2,875. The most lifting has been done by the bots, of course, as they can be there when I'm not to trade, like aka when I'm sleeping or during times where I'm out assisting customers within my other business, and you name it, right? So there have been times where we have noticed some good drawdowns on this account. The max that I had seen or saw within this setup was 6%. So I was 6% on a 10K account, which would have been $600. LTC was the main one that I was concerned about, as it slid down from, I think I was long in here, and then it slid down to 167. So then at that time, what I did is I just added a DCA here I added a DCA at 185, and then I added another one at 170 So that's 5 DCAs plus 2 extras, and then it bumps your entry price or lowers your entry price lower. Take profit comes along with it, exit on the retrace, and you're out. Now, if I can go over to here just to show you what is possible, because as we stated within the subscription, yes, it's $397 a month, which yes, that's not cheap. So recommending you to start with at least 10K so that you can see some results. Now, if you can't see that this doesn't work, or you can't afford that $397, don't bother, because truthfully, you won't make your money back. If you don't have at least $2,000 to $2,500 to trade with, this is probably not for you. This is aimed at the higher wallet traders and more experienced traders, because as you can see, just this account on marketplace bots on $100 BO and $100 SO has returned $4,500 or 45% in the past 30 days. This is no joke, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when you look over here, I do have a little bit more pairs traded. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Obviously, I'm adding pairs as this account has grown, right? This account is now sitting at $17,377. I've got DOT about to close, BTC about to close, LTC, Link in green, XTZ in green, and basically no drawdown. I've got $30 drawdown on a $17,000 account, which is great. Come on over to the P&L analysis, 29 winning days, 0 losing days, $7,000, 126 made. So the Binance P&L will obviously show a little bit of a discrepancy to this, obviously because of my manual trades. This on 3C, I do trust to a point, but there also can be some discrepancies on this because it doesn't show fees on Binance, right? So, and you could see, not pulling any legs here, 177 all the way up. I mean, this day alone here on the bots made the subscription cost. So for those of you complaining about the cost, that's okay. Go somewhere else, sign up somewhere else. Don't care. See you later. Without that being said, and I know that sounds aggressive, you can come on over to our Discord and you can see, I mean, there is just some beast calls over going on over here. 46% in BTC in my one account, 55% USDT. Now come on back over to Mass because he is absolutely killing it on the 90K account. And we come on back up to here. Where is that? Yeah. There you go, $2,700 in one day. Now, he also just hit yesterday a new record, and that was a $3,900 day. Now, keeping that into mind versus the average American income, the average American income would only be around that $40,000 mark, right? So you take $40,000 divided by 12 months, that's $3,333. Mass made that in one day and then some. So for those of you complaining about SAR and this and that, like I say, just go elsewhere and get wrecked. Hate to say it, but this works well, and we've done our blood, sweat, and tears, and we've worked hard at it, and it shows. So if you don't like the results, that's fine. Or if you like it, don't like the cost, then come back with some money and you will do well. Now, that's getting a little bit off topic and ranting. I apologize about that. Let's go back to learning resources and go through this position management example. So in terms of liquidation prices, the generalized formula here is going to be 100 divided by leverage equals percent to liquidation. So you could take that formula and just go based on your capital allocation and max risk. That's based on trade balance divided by your account sizing, which we'll go through the math here shortly. But so this is applicable to cross and isolate. You got 100 divided by 1x is 100% to liquidation. You got 100 divided by 2x, 50%. And gradually, as you increase that leverage up, your percent to liquidation comes down. So I've highlighted kind of 3x is, about the mid-range. That's probably where I'd like to be honest, on any account over 10K, truthfully. If you have smaller accounts under 10K, you could probably go to 3.5, 4x. Because as you know, within the market, you're going to see sometimes where we have a 20% drop, right? So you don't want to be losing that complete fundage or that a complete account, but it is helpful to run this a little bit more aggressive as your account size is small. Build it up to that 10K account, then reduce your risk. Keep your risk the same. As your account grows, your risk should decrease after 10K. So as stated before, as leverage increases, liquidation price decreases. This is typical for both cross and isolated. Cross will use entire balance to push liquidation. Isolated will only risk certain amount of margin. Now let's go to Binance Futures and let's go over, I'll move myself. Let's go to BTC and let's work through a few examples here on liquidation price. So I'm going to use cross, I'm going to use long, and I'm going to take current price right now. So 59,630, sorry, whatever. Yeah, 59,606. I'm going to put that as the balance. I'm going to put 59,606. So it's 1-to-1. It's the exact same. Now, if I were to go on 1x, that would be 1 BTC. This is super easy to calculate. So liquidation price is very low. That is not quite your 100 divided by 1. That's not 100%. That's going to be a little bit above because there are some, Binance does have some calculations that basically this is just a generic guideline here. This is a generic guideline. It's going to be a little bit under. So maybe it's 99 something or whatever. You could do the math. But that's just a quick and easy way to calculate it. Now, if I come back, let's go over 2x, right? So let's go over 2x. So that's 29,958. So if I were to go 59,606 divided by 2, 29,803. So we are basically $155 more. It really scales up once you go past 3x. So now you've got 39,940. This is 3x. This is 3 BTC on a 1 BTC account. I go 59,606 divided by 3. Sorry, what did I do there? 39, yeah, sorry, 100 divided by 3. That's 33%. So then I go 59,606 times 0.70. Oh, sorry, I'm a little bit tired today. Yeah, close enough. 40,532. You get the drift, right? So as it goes up in terms of traded balance and leverage, your liquidation price is going to come closer to you. Now that's 4x. That's fine. That's still a little risky depending on your sizing of account. I wouldn't do that on a 10K account. I probably wouldn't. I would run something like this. I would run 5 BTC, 5x on anything that's under 10K account, and I would use a sort of buffer. You know, maybe you have a little bit in spot that you could transfer over and run with that, because this is still something that you could be seeing, right? That is going to be a 20% to liquidation. If I go back to the chart on here, let's go to my trading chart and let's just look at BTC. We just had a 20% correction earlier. So if you were caught in a 5x trade, let's say something like this, something ill-timed, measure down, not quite, so 15.5. So if you were over 5x, you would have some troubles and you could have potentially got liquidated depending on how risky you were running or how many pairs. Now this correlates back to the exercise of using this across pairs. And so let's go do that right now. The thing that I would probably recommend is starting with your trade, defining your max risk. So whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4x. So for this example, I'm going to say 3x. So we're going to use $17,377 as our max balance on the account, and our max trade risk is going to be times 3 of that. So if I close that, come on over to here, let's edit this bot and let's run through some of the math here. Now, also keep in mind, we do offer group coaching sessions for technical analysis and private coaching sessions. So I have gone over a few of them. Sorry, I just hit my chair. I've done about 4 in the past 2 days, so it has been busy. You can book on the website if you'd like. We are going to do a group SAR coaching session. This one is going to be hosted by myself and Canadian CEO. We are still working on the details of that and how that's kind of going to be hosted. It's probably going to be on a weekend just so we can catch that USA UK time zone and the differences, but we'll see. So we're just brainstorming right now, just giving you heads up that that will be coming soon. You will see a group session for SAR, and you also may see a VIP SAR group come up too, just kind of led by us, as we've been able to help a lot of traders grow balances from small to large and basically crush it, right? So the subscription costs are minimal compared to the prior returns that we have been seeing. So now on this, you're gonna have to go over here and look and see the difference. So it says 17,114 on 3C. You can click this to refresh. It's not going to be correct for some reason. Got locked in limit orders. That means that I've got some trades open, obviously in DCA placed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this here for 17,379. I'm going to just post this in the, you know what, let's do this in learning resources. So let's do this here right now. So we got a $17,379 account. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to take that number. We're going to take 17,379 times 3 for max risk, and that's a $52,000 trade volume. 52,137 max trade balance after all SOs have been hit. From earlier, now I have to figure out how many pairs that I would like to trade. Keeping that 100-100, when you go back to 100-100, that ends up with around $30,000. It was $3,000 ish per trade. I think I have adjusted it now, so this guy is going to use 3,200 at 100-100 due to the scaling fifth SO. The quick note I want to state here is this is going to show you incorrectly. This is max amount for bot usage based on cross. This is going to lie to you. So you're going to have to take that number times by your leverage to come up with the total amount. So you could do this in two ways, right? So I can take 160 times by 20 for 3,200. And that is going to show, maybe I'm going to move myself for this. I'm just going to screen share. We're going to do this on this video and just post this in learning resources. So we're going to take this, which is your 160 times by 20, which equals trade balance. This is trade balance. I know I probably should have did this earlier, but it is what it is. Let's just push this out. So come on back to Discord. We are going to post this right here. Alternatively, you can come over and do this. You set your leverage type to not specified. There's no math involved in this. Don't even worry about the math. Set your leverage type to not specified. That will show you $3,200. So leverage type not specified. And this is the same thing here. So this is absolutely the same. Leverage type not specified runs over to 3,200. So the prior calculation is using margin. Is using a leverage calculation of 20x, and that 160 here is your margin. I hope that's clear. Now for this intent here, we've got $52,137. And I'm going to divide that by $3,200, and that's going to equal how many pairs that I can trade. So that is 16 pairs. So this is trade balance after all SOs have been hit. Divide by max capital usage per pair equals max pairs traded. So that's going to allow me to trade up to 16.29 pairs for my total trade risk to not exceed that 3x sweet spot. This is not push this over here, move this back. This is not exceeding 3x trade balance after all SOs have been hit across pairs. So you're looking at a $17,379 account start times by 3 for that $52,137. Then you're going to go to your bot setup for the 100, and you're going to find out that with your leverage at 20x, you got to take your margin. This is your margin times by 20 for your total trade balance, which is $3,200, or go set your leverage type to not specified, run that back, and then hit it to that same number. So leverage type not specified will show that just as your trade balance with no leveraged use. That would be like a 1x calculation. So it's $3,200. Then you're going to take your total risked in trade balance after all SOs have been hit, divide by your max capital usage of $3,200 per pair. That's your max pairs traded, which is 16 pairs, 0.29. Now I can't exceed 16.29 pairs. So then if I go back to my account and let's go to DCA bot, this is the SAR on the 2-minute as well. This thing's been cranking out. Let's go to DCA bot. You'll see that's what I had from earlier. So I have this set up across pairs using $3,200. We go to futures and I have 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So that's basically what I'm doing. So I'm adjusting it based on the balance. Now, the recommendation that I would have, as all the market is going to move as the same. So if I go out, scroll out, let's switch to total 2. Let's go to total 2. This is the alts crypto market cap excluding BTC calculated by TradingView. They are all going to correct at the same time. They're all going to pump at the same time. You do not want to overexpose yourself. So the general recommendation that I would have for this, and I will continue to do videos on this same account because I'm just going to rip this to 20K and then I might take some profits out and throw it elsewhere or whatever, throw it in spot or whatnot. I see we've closed a few deals, so that's good. We still have DOT up and we've got XTZ up. What I will end up doing is I will run this to probably about $20,000, and then I will either take profits out to fund some other accounts, or what I will do is I'm going to split this up and just run 20 pairs, and that's it. Now, alternatively, what we discussed earlier on a coaching call, I was on a coaching call earlier this morning with my man Flix. We discussed talking about looking at the recommended pairs here, and this could be a daily or a weekly thing. This is done by 3C. This is the most traded pairs in the last 24 hours. Alternatively, you can go over to CoinGecko and you can look at the exchange's volume on Binance Futures. Now this is going to be the top volume on the pairs. Obviously BTC, ETH are going to be huge. You got BNB, ADA, XRP, DOT running down. Come over here. Sorry, you're going to do rolling 24-hour trading volume for a given contract. Obviously Filecoin had that news that pumped out large, and you could basically pick and choose out of these pairs what a guy should run, right? So my suggestion is utilize that 3x modeling, scale your account so that it's not going to use any more than 3x of your account. Figure out how many pairs you can trade. Don't exceed that. Scale your account, grow it to that 20K. Once you hit 20K, trade 20 pairs, and then from there, you can just adjust pairs. As your account hits that 20K and up threshold, you can cycle pairs out. So maybe instead of running, LTC, which is literally, I mean, it's a top volume coin, but it hasn't produced well. Maybe instead of doing that, you throw in a BNB or EOS. You got to look at what's trending, what's hitting the deals, and what's moving the most, and then maybe you substitute, because we don't want to overextend ourselves with way too many pairs that are moving in the same direction, because as they go up the same, they come down the same. You don't want to be overextending yourself and running too many. going past that 3x. It's probably better to grow to a larger size account. Like let's say I grow this to 30,000, then theoretically I could run a total of 30 pairs. Maybe I only run 20, but I have a little bit increased balance. Maybe instead of 200 BO and 200 SO, maybe I go to that like 2.25, 250 or something. But then I change out pairs, but I still have alerts. I could still push alerts to 30 different pairs, and I can still come over here and toggle bots on and off. Also, if you come over here on the Telegram bot, you go help, stop all long bots, stop all short bots. It's quick, it's simple. You could do that on your Telegram. You do that easy. And you can also do that from mobile, which is very nice. That's a quick and easy, handy feature. Now, lastly, the only thing I want to state about drawdowns is just to be prepared for them, as this is a high time frame, high frequency trading bot. There may be some times of drawdowns, as we saw with the little drop here. The only one that I was concerned about, to be honest, was LTC. Everything else was so minuscule. I know some got stuck in ADA with 1.8 volume scaling. Be sure you run 2.0. That allows your bot to buy double on the way down, and then that moves your take profit to within 50%. So after a 15.5% drop, you require 6% move back up. So you see a 15.5% drop, you only require 6% back up. On the chart, that would look like this. So if I plot this down, no, I guess I'm gonna have to go from here. Let's find 15.5%. That's 12.75. Yeah, so if I hit 15.5%, and let's say I plot that with a horizontal line, theoretically, let's say we hit from here down. I'll plot another line here. This would be your, let's go text here, let's go entry. That'd be your entry. Now back to the bot, you're gonna require 6% move back up. So now if I measure from this line, that's right there. So that's actually pretty good. You can also play around with increasing that volume scale. I know I have ran 2.5 in the past, so that's going to be 250% each time on the way down. However, that is very aggressive for one. So you would definitely have to redo your calculations on the bots and then take your trade balance versus account size and push it a little differently. Could be an option for some of you wanting to be a little bit more aggressive during the dips, buy a little bit harder. The only thing is you just have to have reserves in case you are going really hot and risky, right? So obviously we want everyone to trade safe. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to shout out or reach out to myself, and we can get back to you as soon as we can. I'm going to leave this in learning resources here. I've also posted in our bot signal updates room. If I come on down here, I have put in the statistics on the marketplace bots. XTZ has been good. IOTA is the #1 pair just based on its frequency of deals. It's done 216 deals, and it is basically done 0.37% per day returns. On the lowest spectrum is surprisingly is actually ETH. I don't know if this is a screw up on 3C stats. It just seems a little bit interesting that it's only 0.5% a day and it's only done 44 deals. So we'll keep you updated with any further updates that we have. Thank you for joining, and I hope this makes sense. Reach out if you have any questions with this video or comment on the Discord. Thanks for joining, and trade safe. Talk to you on the next one.